Hi family, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing to GoMark. Thank you for watching. So today we are going to make this tote bag. We are going to make from the granny square all the way to the joining, and I'm going to show you. So this is how I made my granny squares. I begin with the magic ring, as you can see. Then I just insert my hook through the ring and chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. So I'm going to make a double crochet. I go into the magic ring, then through the first 2 and through the next 2 and another double crochet, as you can see. So the first chain 3 counts as the first stitch, so when we add the 2 double crochets they become 3. Then I'll chain 2 and back into the magic ring and create another double crochet, 1, the second double crochet, and the third double crochet. Again chain 2, go back into the magic ring and make 3 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3. So I already have 3 of them, 3 pairs I can call them. So chain 2 again, go back into the ring and create other 3 double crochets, 2, and lastly the third double crochet. So you realize I have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to chain 2 and join into the chain 3. Join into the chain 3, and I'm going to use a slip stitch but which has a double crochet. So you can see I have 1 loop on the hook, then insert and grab, then pass through the 3 of them all. Have you seen? So just take your time. You can pull the middle yarn so that the hole is reduced, as you can see. So this is what I have so far. So we go on to row 2. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So into the same space, like the chain 2 space, insert and make a double crochet. So that forms 1 and 2 stitches. Then into the 3 double crochets, make a double crochet into each stitch, as you can see. Then into the last double crochet also make a double crochet. Then after this we have a space here, so I'll go into the space and make 2 double crochets. Have you seen? So at the end of this first, I can call it first portion, you should have a total of 7 double crochets. So chain 2 and go back into the space and just repeat what we have done. So into the space we make 2 double crochets, and then into each double crochet make 1 double crochet, as you can see. And sorry, just take your time, ensure you're doing the correct thing. Into the space again, make 2 double crochets this way. So this is what you are going to do for the rest of the row. We are going to repeat this until we are done with our row. So I am at the end of the row. There are 7, as you can see. So chain 2 and just join with the slip stitch, but remember it's kinda a double crochet, but then you just grab a loop through the 2 of them like this. So chain 3, so we repeat row 2 and work out our row 3. So we begin with a double crochet in the chain 2 space, giving us the first 2 stitches, and then into each double crochet make 1 double crochet. So this is it. I'm already at the end of the double crochets. So into the space I make 2 double crochets. So at the end of this first portion or this part, you should have 11 double crochets. Remember the previous one was 7. So this one we should have 11 double crochets. And then we repeat what you have been doing until we are done with our row. So we continue. Remember, there is no good work with hurry, so just take your time, do the right thing, follow every step, and you'll have your desired outcome. So for those who are at this point, I must say thank you for staying with me until we are at this point. So this is it. The second part is also having 11 double crochets. So this is it. We are at the end of the row. Of course, chain 2, and then we go into the chain 3 to finish off our row. This is what I said, you should take your time. Take your time. They can be sometimes a little hard, but take your time until you have it. Yes. So next row is a repetition of what you have been doing in row 2 and row 3. So you can work this out until you have a bigger granny square, depending on what you want it to be, or depending on the size. So from 11, next should be 15 double crochets. 15 double crochets. So I'm expecting at the end of this, each part has 15 double crochets. When I say each part, I hope you understand you have 4 parts of the granny square. So each part is the one that I am saying it should have 15 double crochets. So you can finish up and let us meet at the end. So this is it. I've done with that row and done another row. So from 15, next is 19 double crochets. So the other one I've done in color gray. It should be 19 double crochets on each part. Just repeat what I've been doing in row 3 and row 4 and row 2. So these are my granny squares. I'm just trying to arrange them the way my tote bag will be. So this will form the first panel. So let us go ahead and join our granny squares. So the first thing is to align them very well, and remember you had a chain 2 space. So you're going to go into one of the chain 2 space and ensure that the hook passes through both panels. So I'm working from the right side out because I want my joining to be outside, so I'll just work them when they are right side out. So this is my one of the chain 2. So just make a single crochet and ensure your hook goes through both panels, as you can see, and make a single crochet. So I'm joining using single crochets. So in every stitch I ensure that my hook is passing through both the panels and then join using a single crochet. So I finished with 19 double crochets. Ensure that you will have a total of 21 single crochets because you inserted your hook in the one of the chain 2 space. So that will make 2 extra chains, giving us 21 single crochets. So at the end you should have 21 single crochets. So this is it, we are almost done. And then to the chain space I'm going to make 1 single crochet, and remember it was through both panels like this. Then just chain 1 and cut off my yarn, then weave in that excess yarn. So this is it, so neat, so beautiful. This is how it looks like. So I'm going to just join my yarns and try to arrange them the way I want my tote bag to be. So I have this part, which is the lower part. I have the front panel, another front panel, yeah, and the side panels I already have them. So this is how it looks like. So the first panel is the side panel, but this other panel is the bottom one, and I've already joined. So I joined the bottom one with the other front panel, and then I can now join my side panels, which are 2 granny squares. I join them like this, and also the other side. So this is how it looks like actually. And the other side I also join my side panel, and this is the bag. Actually it is only the handles that are remaining, but basically this is what is expected of you. So I just want to begin, I can call it making a brim or something. So I'll just insert in one of the corners and make single crochets all round. Make single crochets all round. I want to make my handle, so that's why I'm coming up with this, or that is why I'm making my rows of single crochets before continuing. So just make rounds and rounds of single crochets. So we are going to go round, we are going to go round. So we are almost at the end of the first row. So you see I'm making a radius at this point, this way. So we continue, we continue, we continue, we continue. We make rows of single crochets all round. We make rows of single crochets all round. So this is it. This is row 1. This is row 1. So to begin the next row, you just chain 1 and continue making single crochets. Continue making single crochets. Continue making single crochets. So I've done four rows of single crochets in pink. So I'm going to change to gray. I'm going to change to gray, and the gray one is the one that I'm going to make my handles with. It is the color in which I will make my handles. So just join another color, you can use the same color, then just make single crochets until I'm at a point that is in the middle of the tote bag. I will show you that. Make single crochets until I'm somewhere in the middle. So my front panel is made up of 3 granny squares, so I'll make single crochets until I'm in the middle of the second granny square. So that gives me the approximate middle of the tote bag. So I'm going to chain until you have the desired length of your handles. So just chain until you have your desired length of the handle. Chain until you have desired length of your handbags. Sorry. I'm a bit tired, but you keep on. So this is it. So I'll come back to the row and just insert my hook at the other granny square. I told you it is made up of 3 granny squares. So I have the side granny square and the middle granny square. So the middle granny square, there is nothing that I've done or no single crochets. So after the chain, I'm just going to insert my hook in the last granny square and continue making single crochets. So you can see I've gone round and I'm in the other side, so I'm going to repeat what I've done the other side. Actually, it is just a repetition of the same. So the middle granny square, no single crochets. Are we together? So please ensure that you can also check the actions in the movie for you to have your desired tote bag. So this is it, and finish up with now single crochets. So we make single crochets until we are done with the first row. So I'm at the end, just finish with the slip stitch, and then we are going to row 2. We go to row 2. So we make single crochets until we are at where our handle is. So we continue until we are at where our handle is. So here we are. So I'm going to reduce at this point, so you can see, and then into the chain we are going to make single crochets also. We are going to make single crochets. So we continue, make single crochets until we are done.
However, upon arrival in Zuzu, the pilot was on.
So this is me finishing off the first handle. So the same way we reduce at the beginning, we're also going to reduce at this point and continue making single crochets all through. So we go rounds and rounds until our handle is as large as you want it to be. You can let it be slim or let it be thick. It will now depend on you. So the same method, go round and round until you achieve the thickness of your handle. Until you achieve the thickness of your handle. So you repeat what you have done until you achieve the thickness of the handle. So I'm done. I've done 4 to 5 rows, about 5 rows of gray, and you can see how thick my handle is. Then this is just some design that I've added to the tote bag. I want it to be a bit secure, so I'm just going to use this as a button and just tie it so that when I walk, I'm sure my items are secure. So at this point, I'm going to make another row of single crochets, but I advise you can use slip stitches instead of single crochet. So you're going to make single crochet until you are at the middle of this granny square. So this is it. So I'm going to chain 6, and then skip 1 and continue making single crochets. So this is it until I'm at the end. So the chain will act as my safety belt. I can call it so. Yeah, just something to make it look beautiful, fancy, and yet simple. So this is it, guys. This is the result. I really like it. If you like this tutorial, please comment, and if any question, also ask. Bye.